three major social networks: LinkedIn, the people you know; Facebook, the people you used to know; and Twitter, the people you want to know. But where do you connect with people you don't know? How do you socialize online? Introducing Social Savannah, a social network with one goal: to be social. In just over 2 years, we've created a global community where over 80,000 have come to chat, play, and even cross continents to meet each other. Thousands of friendships, relationships, and even marriages have formed. The next step is growth. And in next year, we want to introduce voice chat, social games, video chat, create global local meetups, and then we need to advertise to grow our community and help connect over 1 million people. But it doesn't end there. We want to create mini festivals using local talent businesses, gaming events, live AMAs using our own community, and donate to charity on a regular basis using community vote. We're creating a story, an adventure, where everyone has their own place at their own pace, no matter where they are in the world. If you want to help us write that story, if you want to be part of that adventure, let's talk and let's make social network social again. That's it.
Fantastic. Wow. Super sharp, James. Well done.
Thank you.
Talk to me about how big you see this moment. You talk about social media, clearly that is UK and a global population. We're talking about potentially 6 billion plus. But how big do you see the market for your particular space in it? Because clearly you're up against some big monsters out there, Facebook
Absolutely.
being one. So how do you see your market segmented in that?
Okay, based on our target audience, we know that we've got a potential market of 165 million at least. We're aiming in the next year to reach 1 million, in the next 5 years, 10 million. But we also understand that to create a community and to create something where people can feel involved and have their own place in it, we need to sort of limit how big it gets. We can't get as big as Facebook because then we can't focus on the individuals too much. So realistically, we're looking between 10 and 20 million at most.
So describe a typical user of your Social Savannah distinct from people who are logging onto other social media sites.
They're not distinct. They also use other social media sites.
Right.
They come to our site to socialize. So whereas Facebook might be sort of like your yearbook from school, Social Savannah is more of an adventure. It's more of a story. So people come there to actually meet people they don't know, they've never met before, because they're trying to make new friends, they're trying to make new connections and new relationships.
Gotcha.
James, how do you fund this?
I run a separate company. I run a web development studio.
Okay.
And that's what's funded Social Savannah up until this point.
But how will this business be able to stand on its own?
It's already making money.
Okay.
It's at a loss.
Yeah.
We're making £500 to £600 a month, sometimes a bit more. But as we grow, we've got multiple avenues to actually increase the revenue.
Do you have any sort of like, in your business plan, like we think that in a year we'll have this kind of turnover and then in 3 years we'll...
Yeah, so in a year, we will be making a profit. In fact, in 6 months after getting investment, we will be breaking even. A year, we'll be making a profit.
Yeah.
I haven't ascertained
Turnover
how much
or-
profit we can make because there's some unknown variables, especially
Okay.
with advertising, which would be one of the core models to make
Okay.
revenue.
Okay, can you just talk about some of the other kind of models for actually kind of monetizing this? So you mentioned kind of advertising is going to be one. What are some of the other potentials?
So we've already got subscriptions, and we've got very basic advertising. Now, advertising for us, the average user on Facebook is worth sort of 80 or 90 pounds. For us, we envisage much more because it's a very targeted audience. Many of them don't like using Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, so there's potential that advertisers can advertise someone they can't advertise there. Plus, the adverts that we'd be going for are more engaged.
Yep.
We've also got a credit system so people can take surveys, they can watch videos, all this sort of thing, which then gives them credits, but then we make money from that.
Okay.
What's the age group and what sort of security measures have you got in place just in case? Because it feels like you're encouraging people to meet up online. What sort of security would be in
It's
place?
18 to 34. We've had some meetups already, so we had one in London last year. About 60 people turned up, and we didn't have any security precautions. We didn't feel that we needed them in that size. When we look at mini festivals, that's something that we need to look at closer to the time, rather. It's not something that we've actually looked into at the moment.
So I'm from LinkedIn, by the way.
Hi.
Hi. And you know, as you probably know, we have sort of 3 major revenue streams. So how are you looking at kind of what the people on Social Savannah are coming for? So I'm thinking of like the hierarchy of needs. So, you know, you mentioned people have met and gotten married. So are you looking at potentially going in a, you know, is there a dating stream? Is there a friendship stream? Is there, what kinds of areas are you going? I know we've touched on this a little bit, but what have you thought about that?
So we know that they come in there because some of them are lonely, or they just want to make new friends. Maybe they've moved to a new area and they don't know anyone in the area, so we're trying to encourage that. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone local. It's just a way for them to socialise. Mm-hmm. We have looked at the dating avenue, and that's something for the future. But having looked at the monolith of the competitors, that's not something we want to touch just yet, and we need more of an influencer to be able to do that. We're doing things like we do dedicated gaming servers, so people can come to our site, play Minecraft with friends, play Terraria with friends, play CSGO with friends, and it's within the community, so it's limited to only the community. There's a lot of ways they can connect. There's not just one way. People have even done business on there, and people have met people that can offer them the skills. It's not something that we've pushed or encouraged, but it's something that they've been able to do through the site.
Tell me a bit about the team you've got, because you say the business is up and running.
Yeah.
What size of team and what sort of skills have they got?
So within Media Cake, which is the owner of Social Savannah, there's only 2 of us, myself and Matt. I've been developing for the best part of 20 years, commercially 13 or 14. I've got a lot of server experience, obviously been running the other business for 8 years now as well. Matt is quite new to the community. He was brought in to actually help people that can't engage. So to talk to the community, talk to people, drive conversation, drive discussion, drive things like the gaming events, drive the potential meetups. We had a birthday last month as well where about 20 or 30 of us went. Then the other company that I own, which is the one that's doing a lot of development work, we've got Sam, who's an Android developer for the last 4 years with me. We've got Deck, who's a junior web developer, and also he does like browser plugins, etc. And he's been with us for about 2 years. And we've got Callie, who manages the projects and just makes sure that things are going on time.
Perfect. I know we're going to kind of time out. If you were to win £250,000, what would be the first thing you'd spend some of that money on?
We would get the user flow right, so make sure that anyone that comes in, they know what to expect from the site and how to expect it, get the iOS app running, get the Android app perfect. Then we'd start organising meetups, so we'd start invigorating the local community. Then we'd start advertising, so we'd grow it that way. And as we're advertising, we'd introduce voice chat, video chat, the social games, the other aspects of it to sort of drive.
Good answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, James.
Thank you.
Super, John. Well done, James. Thank you.
Well done.